In this video, I'll be checking out the Carluex Pro Plus 2.0 Multimedia AI box. This is a new AI box that features Android 13 operating system that offers the ability to download any particular app from the Google Play Store and run it on your CarPlay display, such as things like YouTube, Netflix, as well as gaming. It features an HDMI output port, so you can actually run the content from this AI box to a rear display in the car, or alternatively, you can actually use its built-in TV optimized launcher and run it on your TV or display monitor instead. It features a 6125 chipset that has been optimized for video playback, so we'll check that out later in this video. But first things first, let's check out what comes inside the box. Okay, so here's what you get inside the box. You get a quick start guide, user manual, you get the AI box itself. There is a thick, long braided USB-A to USB-C cable to power the adapter. And you also get a USB-A to USB-C adapter for more modern CarPlay ports in the car. With pre-orders, you got an additional free accessory bundle, but if it isn't available at this time of purchasing after seeing this video, this is roughly between around $60 and $80 separately. Now what you get is quite a lot actually. You get a HDMI to mini HDMI cable, so you can actually connect it directly without buying an additional cable. You get an additional USB-A to USB wired braided cable with its adapter, a 32GB micro SD card for extra storage, a micro SD card reader, and then the two bigger items are a magnetic car holder for your phone if it's magnetized on the back. And then they also supply a Air Mouse Bluetooth remote, so you can actually interact with the car display from a distance, or if you're planning on plugging this into a TV, you can actually use this remote to not only enter input from its built-in keyboard on the back, you can also use its wand to control its user interface, as well as some lightweight touch input gaming as well. So we'll be using this remote later in this video, and if I have somewhere to put it, I'll check out the mount as well. Okay, looking over the AI box itself, it's roughly the same size as most AI boxes. We've got a squared off edges on a roughly squared AI box system. You've got the Carluex branding on the top. This dial or compass dial does not light up. You've got some LEDs that light up at the bottom here once it's powered. Over on the one side of the edges of the AI box, you've got USB-C to power the adapter, a micro HDMI port to output the video to a secondary display, such as an HDMI display in the car or a TV or monitor if you plan on using this outside of the car. On this side, we've got another end where we have a TF card slot and a SIM card slot. Over on the bottom, we've got a heatsink and some passive cooling to help with the general cooling of the adapter itself. Got a reset switch on the top here, and this label here is just to tell us that it's the international version of this adapter for SIM card use for the internet. So without further ado, let's jump into our car demo and see how well this adapter performs. So I'll see you there. Right, so we're in my Cooper Born and we've got the Carluex AI box adapter here ready to get plugged in. We're going to connect its USB-C cable into the power port like that. And we're going to plug this end into our CarPlay port in the car and see how quickly it takes to boot up. Okay, plugging in now. Right, that's us into the main menu. It's a very familiar launcher that we've seen in another AI box in the past. We've got this 3 chevron column here, which denotes what you can use on this left-hand side panel. This main panel has a series of apps. We've got home and work locations for maps to go straight to home and work. You've got a assistant, view the apps, which I'll show you in a minute. And you've got some shortcuts across the top here, shortcuts across here. Up top here, we've got control center, where you can actually toggle certain features on and off and go straight into things like such as Wi-Fi. We are currently using my phone hotspot for Wi-Fi at the moment, and this is also reflected up here in this little section. You can tap the arrows here and then you can choose if you want to load a widget in here, change the wallpaper, or use specific cards. And from here, you can then tap and hold and choose from various cards that you might want to use, for example, on any particular app that's pre-installed, as well as shortcuts here to other functionalities such as like CarPlay, for example. Down on the bottom left here, it's quite a section just for Bluetooth. If you want to do Bluetooth calling from your phone, you can't call from the SIM card, unfortunately. You can only use calling from a connected Bluetooth device. And whilst this section's up, or if you're in a widget window, that button then becomes active to toggle between that section and any loaded apps. So quite simple, quite, I wouldn't say good to look at, but it's functional nonetheless. Okay, let's jump into YouTube. And that's us into YouTube. So some little frame skips there every now and then, but you can see that the lip sync or AV delay isn't too bad actually in YouTube. Let's try some lip sync. Wireless CarPlay dongles have slowly progressed over the years, and we are now seeing makers switch their focus towards the 2-in-1 wireless CarPlay adapters, which offer the ability to also pair with Android Auto devices too. But that's for another video. Okay, so not too bad there for lip sync in YouTube, but when you do see it as a sort of benchmark, it does show that there is some frame stuttering on certain particular videos that do allow you to show it. Let's try out Netflix. And here we are in Netflix. Scrolls relatively well, considering it's loading in all the tiles. Let's check out a video.
The overtake on Valtteri created this spark and this tension between the two of us.
That was committed, it was brave, it was brilliant.
I thought, you know what?
Okay, that sounds good. In sync, looks good as well, and also in stereo. So stereo confirmed on this AR box. So that's Netflix. Let's quickly jump into Google Maps. Here we're into Google Maps. Runs relatively well. Okay, no route guidance pass through on Android OS maps, which is expected, but it generally performs quite well actually. So that's Google Maps. That also runs in the background. Just to show you got some split screen functionality with its own app. You can do 70/30, 60/40 or 50/50. You just simply select the app that you want to run in the primary and then select the app that you want to use in the secondary. Save it. It then creates an application, which should be probably right at the end. Here it is here. You can tap that and it will launch your selected apps in your split screen mode. You can then manipulate it if you want to, but you can also use that application to generate it specifically for that side of ratio that you wish to use. And that's the split screen mode. Let's try out some Spotify. That's us into Spotify. We can try out some audio. You've got wheel controls, backwards and forwards. The call button in Android will fire up the Google Assistant, therefore it uses Gemini. So you can actually have a narrative with Google Gemini as well. And you can see it's actually predicting my speech to text there. And you just tap away and let Gemini deal with it. So that's Google Gemini and Spotify. So far so good. I've got my remote control here that they supplied as one of their free accessories. Keyboard inputs, not too bad on this remote. And you've got a little remote here and you basically turn it on at the top there. And you've got a choice of either using the D-pad or the arrow sort of wand version of it instead, depending on what you prefer. You can obviously go into navigation. You can obviously browse YouTube from the D-pad or use the touch gesture using the arrow to launch particular apps and sort of drag things across here like that and navigate the AI box that way. Same goes for HDMI. If you've got this plugged into an HDMI display, such as a TV or monitor, and then obviously if you've got it in your car HDMI displays, that's just going to mirror the screen like for like. Software update is available as well on the system over the internet. We are running the current latest version. You can also install applications through the APK manager, as well as APK Pure for non-Google Store applications. Returning back will take us back to the main menu here. And obviously you've got some other video stream apps as well. We can try some TF card content from VLC. You can try 4K 30 content. Again, the 6125 CPU does do a really good way of encoding or decoding 4K content without any problems. You can see here that works fine. We can try 4K 60. No, it doesn't seem to like 4K 60. It seems to freeze a little bit and it seems to struggle. So not 4K 60 compliant really. Can try a 1080p trailer.
War is inevitable.
With VLC you can change the formatting.
Must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
That sounds good, all in sync as well. And just nipping into dev check just to show you what's available on the actual architecture. This is the clock speed that all the 8 cores are running at. You can jump into hardware. We've got a Snapdragon 665, which is a 16125. We've got the Adreno 610, and then it's oddly running at 22 Hertz, not 30 frames per second. We've got 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, and that's pretty much it. The system is currently running as Android 13. So that's that. Done some benchmarks and I'll throw up what that is, as well as the top leaderboard there. Being a 6125, it is one of the lowest CPUs that are around at the moment, so that might reflect on its price, but it is quite high for its chipset, if I'm honest, and it probably should be a little bit cheaper than this, considering there are cheaper ones that have got a better performance. As for gaming, got no problems with the audio, and here we are in Crossy Road. And obviously you can use either the touch input, you can use the remote control as well as a Bluetooth remote if you want to with some other games. In terms of touch input and delay, it's a little bit laggy. It's not the best AI box for gaming, just purely down to its CPU, but for lightweight games and some 2D games it actually should run relatively okay for some casual use in the car. As for Asphalt Legends, you can see the quality is a lot more downgraded than in some other videos of AI boxes that I reviewed in the past. Probably likely down to its chipset, and it does limit its output, even though it's still using the Adreno 610. As for Asphalt Legends, you can see here its quality is a lot reduced down, and although that makes it a lot more playable with the reduction, it is also coming out a little bit washed out for some reason. In this particular game it's a bit hit and miss whether it does this washed out overlay. Could be a bug in the game, but it kind of plays well enough, I'd say. It's obviously just bear in mind that it is in that kind of lower quality resolution than some other AI boxes. Okay, so that's gaming and all of our test apps. Let's go into CarPlay. So here we have the Carluex profile here. We're going to tap that. And that's us into CarPlay. It looks slightly bigger because obviously we're used to the display zoom. Let's see if that's actually available. It is already available. Not much difference between the two. Even it's bigger with it on, so it's better to be without. Slightly smaller there. So this is CarPlay. It runs relatively okay. Let's try out maps. A little bit laggy, but it's fairly responsive. Navigation pass-through on maps is not being passed through on this particular vehicle, neither in the HUD or in the display for that. So let's try Google. Again, nothing in Google as well, so no pass-through for CarPlay. Check out some audio. Let's go backwards and forwards. Sounds good. Call button. That actually uses Android and not actual CarPlay, so it's not really passing through the call button switch, unfortunately. Unlike some other AI boxes are able to do that, no problem. Send an audio message to test. Hi, this is Anthony from CarPlayLife.com. This is an audio message using the Carluex Pro Plus 2.0, and this is an audio test. Okay, you can hear that back. It's actually got quite some high gain and it distorts the audio a little bit, so that's a little bit unfortunate there for CarPlay. Let's do a call test. Hello?
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 Okay, quite lengthy there from using the phone to call my SIM, which is in the actual AI box. So you got a call quality, which is very good, but the delay was quite large from this particular AI box. So not too great in that department either, unfortunately. 1,
Hello? 1,
2,
1, 2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6.
6.
Okay, quality not too bad, but the delay is actually quite a little bit significant, probably a lot longer than some other AI boxes that are out there. Okay, let's check out Android Auto. Okay, here we have the Carluex profile on our S22. Gonna tap this. That's us into Android Auto. Visually looks good. Audio started and resumed as well. Generally looks good. Fairly sharp actually, nice and sharp, almost native looking. Can go into the various menus and maps. Little laggy as we expected, but not too bad. Let's try out any route guidance. Okay, no route guidance through the instrument cluster or through the HUD either. Unfortunately, on Android Auto, at least in Google, we can try Waze. No, neither on Waze either, unfortunately. Let's try some audio. Back and forth. Wheel controls. They work okay as well. Call button. Again, that overrides through the OS and not actual Android Auto Assistant instead, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's try calling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, quality not that great either. The lag is not too bad, but there is better performance in other AI boxes that I've tried recently as well. So the Carluex currently retails for $274 directly from their store, and I'll put links down below to learn more about it, support the channel and buy yourself one. And this accessory bundle is currently $82 for the remote, the mount, cables, TF card and TF card reader. Overall, the box performs its current kind of age of its chipset, so generally it is quite a lower performing AI box for its price. We've seen that the support for Android Auto and CarPlay isn't as good as some other AI boxes tested recently. It isn't as connected to the car system settings and things like that, so you do need to factor that in if you're going to be using those functionalities in this AI box. As for its video streaming, the performance isn't too bad. We've seen that the AV sync is not too bad. It can be bettered, and its benchmarking is not really as high up there compared to other AI boxes in its price range. So it does make me a little bit hesitant to kind of recommend this particular box because there are better offerings for your money that are out there. So if anything ticks the boxes for what it does for you, then maybe you can check it out and see if it's right for you. But for me personally, I think your money be better served elsewhere. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If it has, give us a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about the Carluex Pro Plus 2.0 AI box adapter. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this content and you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by sending us a super thanks down below on YouTube. You can also give us a hype as well on YouTube. You can check out my QR code here to buy me a coffee, and you can support me there too. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.